Good afternoon, I'm Vashon Brown with the Midday News. 18 craft vendors are counting their losses after a fire destroyed a section of the craft market in downtown Kingston early this morning. It's believed that the fire started about 2 o'clock. Vendors say they have lost millions of dollars worth of goods.
I lost carvings, t-shirts, key rings, slippers, bags, wraps, bad suit.
Now, the cause of the fire and the estimated damage is unknown as investigations are still underway. However, the vice president of the craft market is hoping that a support system would be put in place for the vendors who were affected.
One area and spread quickly to the others. As I said, I'm not sure what caused it, but we were only told that it started in one area.
A lot of money. Maybe, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, some millions, maybe $1 million or so.
She revealed that the craft market will be back in operation tomorrow as the rest of the market is intact. Vendors who are affected are seeking assistance from the relevant authorities to get back on their feet. Now, in more fire-related news, 56 students of the Loydesville Baptist Basic School in St. Catherine are left without a classroom as their school was burnt to the ground yesterday morning. Sometime after 12:30 yesterday, residents say they were awakened by cries and shouts only to find the school engulfed in fire. Hans Brown, a resident and a teacher at the school, described what happened.
We came out to see the school on fire. I received a call from my bed and I woke up to what seemed like a nightmare at the time and came out to find out that it was indeed a reality that the school was burning down. The fire was so intense that no effort on our part to quell the flames would have been sufficient because the destruction was already far gone.
Principal of the Loydesville Baptist Basic School, Tashana Rose, who has been there for the past 10 years, lamented the loss.
I'm so traumatized at this present moment. Sad, especially for my community students that I cherish so much. I can't explain. Tears been dropping from my eyes from last night until now.
Meanwhile, Councillor for the area, Hugh Graham, said that measures will be taken to rebuild the school in time for the new school term.
As of now, start to make some calls and ask for some support to see how quickly we can get the children settled and to have discussions with the church to see if the students can finish up for this term in the church.
Several persons were rushed to hospital after a two-vehicle accident on the Rocky Hill Main Road in St. Elizabeth about 7:20 this morning. Reports indicate that a Toyota Coaster bus and a Toyota Corolla were both traveling in the same direction from Santa Cruz towards Locovia when the accident happened. According to the driver of the bus, he was transporting students to school.
When we moved from Santa coming to Locovia, coming on down Parkhill Church, coming down to the corner, there was a taxi parked on the left-hand side. Now the flow me are blowing, same way, in just pull out, no indicator, nothing at all. So if
something when I come at the time,
yeah,
on the opposite side?
Yeah, vehicle that come. So me I try if see me could have got in the middle if you don't touch it and he still come over same way. So he come all over and I road all together. You understand? So as so comes the accident.
None of the students from the bus was injured in the accident. 3 persons were injured: a student traveling in the taxi driver, and another passenger were taken to hospital for treatment. The police believe that speeding may have been the cause of the accident. A member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, narrowly escaped with his life after a motor vehicle crash along the Palisados main road in Kingston yesterday morning. Now, sometime after 11 o'clock, District Constable Romain Ellington said he was driving his Honda CR-V to the Norman Manley International Airport to pick up a friend. He reportedly lost control of the vehicle, which ran off the road, climbed the embankment, and became airborne before violently crashing into the mangroves. Mr. Ellington, who was the only person in the vehicle, suffered minor injuries to his face and back. An ambulance, which was quick on the scene, provided first aid assistance before other police personnel who came to the location took him away for further treatment. It's unclear if speeding was a contributing factor to that crash. The 8 members of the Montego Bay-based Laverick Willocks lottery scam network who have been extradited are to appear in federal court in North Dakota today. Alric McLeod, Kazray Gray, Jason Jahalal, O'Neill Brown, Dario Palmer, Delia Hunter, Zanuan Morgan, and Kimberly Hudson were transported in an aircraft manned by U.S. Marshals yesterday. Authorities allege that the sophisticated scam swindled at least 90 mostly elderly Americans out of more than $5.7 million US dollars. 15 suspects each are charged with 66 total counts of conspiracy, wire fraud, mail fraud, and money laundering. Laverick Willocks, who authorities say was the mastermind, pleaded not guilty in January. Among the remaining defendants, one is awaiting trial in Rhode Island, another is in custody in Jamaica, awaiting extradition to the U.S., and the remaining 4 defendants are still fugitives. Meanwhile, the Jamaican police force says its partnership with U.S. law enforcement has been affecting local lottery scamming activities. Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay made the declaration as she reiterated the police's plan to continue working with entities such as the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI.
Because of the support and the additional resources provided by the U.S. government in terms of our investigative capability, we're seeing them now breaking into smaller cells and moving into other parishes. So we continue to track their movement. We continue to monitor them through intelligence, through our intelligence network.
Plans have been outlined to better prepare Jamaica for the threat of terrorism. National Security Minister Robert Montague says the country's anti-terrorism laws are being amended and a consultant engaged to formulate a terrorist response manual. Making his contribution to the sectoral debate yesterday, Mr. Montague said the authorities are taking terrorism seriously and have started to increase defenses, rearranging soft targets, invest heavily in the intelligence network, and increased information sharing with Jamaica's partners. Focus has also been placed on the threat of terrorism on Jamaica's economy.
How will a terrorist attack affect it? How do we recover? Can we recover? How do we protect the integrity of our financial systems from money laundering, tax evasion, and other illicit activities? We are moving to enhance the work and scope of the Revenue Protection Division and the Financial Investigative Division. We are moving to bring them all and other agencies under the Ministry of National Security. We are completing soon a new act to govern the Jamaica Constabulary Force. The Prime Minister has already tabled the MOCA Act.
The board of William Knibb Memorial High School in Trelawney will be engaging the Education Ministry for assistance in dealing with safety and security issues at the institution. Chairman of the school board, Reverend Everton Jackson, disclosed that this will include the matter of firearms at the institution. This follows an incident in which a teacher reportedly pulled a firearm during a confrontation with a student at the school. It was revealed yesterday that the incident took place on March 24. Reverend Jackson confirmed that the teacher has been suspended as an investigation takes place. A hearing will also be held. He says the Education Ministry's intervention may involve direct engagement with staff members.
Our board, who from time to time would assist us in making us aware of certain policy matters and so on, and ensuring that decisions taken are in line and in keeping with the policies of the Ministry of Education. So on a matter like this, I'm sure that when we talk about it, if necessary, we might need to have somebody coming in addressing the staff on the matter. What are the policy guidelines on this particular issue? So certainly we are going to be in dialogue, conversation with the ministry in terms of going forward.
Meanwhile, the Jamaica Teachers Association, JTA, has taken a cautious approach to the incident at William Nib. JTA President Howard Isaacs argues that the Education Ministry is handling the matter and the association will await the outcome before giving its full opinion. However, he has expressed concern about the situation.
The Ministry of Education has been working on policies regarding that, and we will await how the ministry deals with it. From where I'm sitting, it's not something that would be ideal, and it's something that we would want to encourage. But again, as I said, the policy has been developed, and the policy will advise the process all the way going forward. We are very concerned, however, we remain concerned about the issue of crime and violence within our society and also that which is reflected in our schools. We have to find a way to address it and deal with it expeditiously because it's becoming far too great and the issues are many, and we are very, very concerned.
Opposition leader Dr. Peter Phillips says the challenges with equity in social and economic arrangements still remains. He said that 20% of the population still live below the poverty line.
That number does not address the significant number who are living on the edge, who essentially are finding themselves out of funds before the next payday, unable to meet any crisis of illness or any educational emergency that their children may face. The official statistics suggest that 700,000 Jamaicans live in what we define as squatter communities. It's almost 1 in 4 of our population, 2.8, 2.9 million.
Dr. Phillips noted the country cannot ignore the contribution of crime and antisocial behavior to Jamaica's problems. And that's the Midday News. I'm Vashon Brown. Don't forget to join us at 7 for a Primetime News package. On behalf of the news, sports, and production teams, have a good afternoon.